Well, hey everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Hey, I wanted to hop on here real quick and give you a prompt, maybe a discussion that will hopefully lead to some collaboration and your thoughts. This last month, I've been working a lot on 2027 and what that's going to look like. For our congregation, for our staff, all those kind of things. And I want to talk to you today about what I'm thinking for the vision for 2027. And I want to give you a chance to give some input. I want to know what your thoughts are about this story. And so I've been reading in Mark 9, and you can go read the entire story. It's very powerful. And let me start by saying this. There's probably more, but very quickly, I found 6 places in Scripture where somebody wanted something to happen. Somebody wanted a healing. Somebody wanted a miracle. Somebody wanted a mighty work, and it didn't happen. And it was all tied to unbelief. It was all tied to somebody not believing. And then I found very quickly, probably 7 or 8 places in Scripture where Jesus says, because of your faith, because of your belief, this happened. There's all kinds of stories. The guys that brought the paralytic on the mat to Jesus lowered him through the roof, and he's like, because of your faith, this is happening. And so really just been diving through why we don't see mighty works, why we don't see miracles, why we don't see signs and wonders like they used to when Jesus was here on earth. And according to my Bible, it's not about the length of your church service. It's not how you do church. It's directly connected with this idea of you believe or you don't believe. You have faith or you don't have faith. But even to take it a step further, in Mark chapter 9, Jesus, it's the story of Jesus healing this demon-possessed boy. And this dad brings his son. The son is convulsing. He's got this evil spirit. He's foaming at the mouth. He's laying on the ground. And the dad says, "Hey, Jesus, I actually asked your disciples to help him, and they couldn't." This is verse 18. It says, "So I asked your disciples to cast out the evil spirit, but they couldn't do it." Now, this confuses me because when I think of unbelief, these disciples are with Jesus. They've seen things. They've witnessed things. And Jesus says to his disciples, not unbelievers, he says this to his disciples, "You faithless people, how long must I be with you? How long must I put up with you? Bring the boy to me." Again, he says this to his disciples, not unchurched people, but the people that were walking with Jesus. And then he asks all these questions. And the dad says this in verse 22. He says, "Have mercy on us and help us if you can." And Jesus responds, "If I can," Jesus asked, "anything is possible for a person that believes." And that's really my focus right now for 2027. And so he goes into all this stuff. And then at the end, the disciples asked him, "Why couldn't we cast out that evil spirit?" And Jesus replied, "This kind can be cast out only by prayer." And so here's the prompt. Here's the discussion. Go read Mark chapter 9. Verses 16 through 29 is where I'm spending time. But I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts on unbelief, your thoughts on having faith versus not having faith. When I first started working on this, the Lord really placed the thought of signs and wonders for Church on the Rock in 2027. And as I begin to study, what I begin to find out is signs and wonders existed in the Scripture where there was belief, where there was faith, and they were lacking in the Scriptures where there was unbelief and there was not faith. And so a little bit different today for the leadership nugget, but I just love to have y'all's input as I'm building this, working this out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This idea of how can you be a disciple of Jesus and still struggle with unbelief? So let me know what you guys think below. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.